I can get this a little bit. Right. Hold on. There we go. All right. I'm here trying to get this started. All right, there we go. Welcome in. Let's go ahead and get this invite list going. Good afternoon. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. I'm sending out some invites. My list is getting longer and I'm so grateful. Welcome to the live. Hopefully you guys get to join. Just go ahead and finish up this purple wreath. I'm kind of feeling behind that I didn't get all of the ones that I wanted created, but at least I started. So I'm not gonna go ahead and complain too much. Welcome in. I'm just adjusting the camera so it'll be better so you can see what's going on. Welcome in. All right, we're going to start making this wreath. We started this wreath on Tuesday, because I didn't do it yesterday. We started this wreath on Tuesday, and we're gonna finish it today. So, hold on, I'm trying to turn this light on. Oh, why is it not turning on? Alrighty, welcome. I had to brighten up. It wasn't looking so bright here, guys. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Let me get y'all messages on the screen so I can see what y'all got going on for me today. Welcome in. All right. And they give me a puzzle just to join Facebook. Not Facebook, just to join TikTok Live. They giving me a puzzle. Like a puzzle, really? Why do I need a puzzle? All right. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna finish putting the tails in there. We've got some tails that I wanna put in there. We're gonna finish putting the tails in there, and then we're gonna take it from there. Just be done. It's almost finished. Almost. I'm just wrapping this. This is just some stems that I had that I need to get literally wrapped. So bear with me. So this is the green tape from Floral Tape, and I put a little bit of glue on it, and then I tie these three together and then I end it off. So while you're turning this, the tape has glue on the inside. So while you're turning it, ensure that you're pulling it. So the glue, they said the glue is supposed to stick, but I have not seen it always work for everything. So I always put a little bit of tape of glue in the beginning and in the end. Alrighty. We are here. All right. That one's done. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and continue with the Good afternoon, Lena. Hopefully you had a great day. I have been, let me tell you, my day has been so busy. Just absolutely so busy. I didn't even get time for lunch. And so it's time to get off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting off. I'm going on here and talking to others besides talking in my code word, techie words. And I am going to do something different tonight. So here I am. Here I am talking to you. Good afternoon, user. Good afternoon, Susie. Welcome to the live. I am just finishing up this fall wreath. Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's see. Looks like I finished the bottom. Let me see. Turn it around. Oh no, I got some right here. Welcome, Smile. Welcome to the live. I am just finishing up a wreath. Uh-huh. Let's get some music going. I started something, but I want to finish. There we go. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live. I believe in love at first sight. When I see last week Friday night, it's a girl alone in this place. She said her name was Miss Grace. She said, good afternoon. How was your day? Good afternoon, Patrice. Welcome to the live. We're just finishing up this fall wreath. So it looks like I'm finished with the bottom row. These are all just standing up. And I'll bend them forward. So I have this is from Rosie, so I have it here. So I'm about to put this on. Yeah. So I'm just using, I have floral wire, and then I'm using a jewelry punch to punch the holes in it's all the way down there. I can see it. There we go. I'm going to use the floral wire. This looks like I got one extra. Let me see and make sure all the bottom. Yep, all the bottom has everything. So I'm going to put this sign on. Good afternoon. How are you? I was just telling them I was so looking forward to being here this afternoon. It has been a long day and it's not finished yet. I have a meeting after this. So I have to I literally have to go ahead and keep myself just keep myself doing what I'm doing here with you guys, and don't worry about it until after the meeting is over. But I have a meeting after this. Let's see when I get me some dinner. Get my doggy some dinner. He was trying to come in here earlier, but he's like, nope, I'm not coming in there. He stays out my craft room. Sometimes I've been cutting these long wires like too long, but I'm afraid to do either you do it too long or too short. It is what it is. So, hello Mel, good afternoon. I'm trying to just fix this a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I was just fixing a camera over there. Yeah. So I got 4. Oh, I only got 3. I got 4. So I'm gonna use Rosie's method again, and I'm going to go ahead and use the big. So this is floral wire. I'm just cutting it. I'm gonna use this and use the big eye needle to go ahead and thread it through. Yeah, this will fit right here. Yep. So all I'm doing is, what I usually do is literally I take the ruler and you measure right in the middle of the sign, right? You want to make sure that you measure. So I take a focal point. So what I'm taking right now is the bottom half of this, or I can come right here halfway in between the stem. Make sure that my top lines up with my bottom, which is what I'm doing right now. And that's how I'm going to put the hole punch. Make sure everything is straight before you go ahead and make the hole punches. Make sure that you have a line. So there's a star here. Always find like a focal point on the sign that you can use as judgment for top to bottom. So let's do. So I have a star. I'm going to use the star. And I'm going to do my hole punch. It doesn't go very far in, so you don't really mess up the sign. And when you put the other items on it, it's hidden. So I put one hole down there. I'm going to put the other hole up here. Good afternoon, Granny. Welcome to the live. So I do the same thing on the sides too, right? The sides, I see another star over there. I'm going to go to do the same thing. Don't put it in between the image, in between anything that anyone's going to see. When you put the wire in there, and you're going to hide it, right? So don't put it in anything that somebody's eyes is going to go directly towards it. So I usually just put it in, and it's very easily to just take it. I always go half. Make sure it's in half. And then I start twisting from the bottom, right? Make sure you twist and get enough wire around it. So we're not going to put any of the mounts. Thank you again, Rosie, for teaching this. It's wire we're using for it all the time. Okay. I just saw something on there. So what I'm doing, I'm just turning it to get. I'm just turning it to get the rest of it. All right. So I'm just filling in the holes with all of the wire, and then I will put it directly onto the wreath. Again, I'm bending this in half. Everybody puts it on differently. This is just the way I want to do it. So make sure I have enough twists. And this floral wire is pretty good. It's pretty thick, so I'm got some thick gauge wire. And this one is 18 gauge. So get me some good floral wire. I had some before that I was using for I do florals also. So I tried using it for the signage, but it's not gonna work. Here it is. So this is a 20 gauge. You can see how thick it is. You can see that it's showing. This is an 18 gauge. You can see. I don't know if you can see. There you go. You can see. And then this is the wire that you get from like the Dollar Tree. It's nothing that you want to be able to put a sign on with. So I use this instead. Every wire, everything has its own purpose. And don't be afraid to punch the hole in the sign. It's metal. It's okay. Excuse me, baby. All right, you gotta put the last one on, but where did it go? There you go. No, that's not it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I did 4. Well, I guess we're cutting. I don't see the other one, and I don't feel like looking for it. It's wire. It's not very expensive either to get the thicker ones. Like you could get the thin ones at the Dollar Tree, but this is not even expensive compared to the other things that you put in the wreaths. This is not. Hi, Brian. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live. So you guys are hearing some music from my island of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, this is done. Hi, TV. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the live. Welcome, welcome. All right. So, all right. This is done. Let's go ahead and put it. So I'm putting it directly in the middle. I was put on the side, but then I thought about it. It's like, no, the middle is better. So it's going in the middle. And you take both ends and you put it in the needle. So it's like you thread in a needle. And you go in between the mesh and all the way down to the frame. Because it's going to be tied onto the frame, right? So you want to go close. That's why you make sure it's long. You don't want to make short because you got to get to the frame. And you're going through the mesh. So it's not something that you can always do on one pull. And what is happening now, I'm seeing, it's gone through the mesh, but I look like I have to help it a little bit. There we go. So that first one is done. So I usually would put this, put the first one up, and then I would just kind of tie it just a little bit, right? So it can help me know where I need to go for the next one. It's not all the way tight. I'm just wrapping it around the frame just so it can have a place to stay while I go do the others. All right, so I'm just wrapping it in the back. I'm literally just wrapping it around the frame right here. It's just a temporary position because you may not know, you can see it right there. It's just a temporary position. So let's get to the other ones. All right, let's bring the next one. Make sure it's straight. Make sure it's got some room. So we're going to put some of our flowers and stuff around it, right? So I'm making sure that I have enough room. The sign has... So now you see I'm trying to pull it and it's tight. So I'm going to pull it through and then I'm going to go in the back and loosen it up a little bit. So it's not always just one shot that you get at putting this on there perfectly. You just go ahead and play. All right, so you see it's on there better now. So that's my top, that's my bottom. And so now I can wrap this one a little bit better around the frame. Perfect. So this one is doing good. All right, that one's done. So now I can do the sides. So I do it in that way every time I go from the side, the bottom to the sides. So I can just make sure and keep my center as my center, right? And make sure that I always get to at least one row of the frame. And when I'm doing a mesh, not mesh, if I'm doing one of the green wreaths with it's got different stems around it, I do it the same way. Because it's got mesh, I'm going through the mesh, I do it the exact same way. All right, sides is down there. Let's do this last side, and then we'll go back to the top and just do the top. So right now, going through the mesh, going through the frame, and we're going to come around, all around this. We're going to frame this with flowers. And I can't wait to put these flowers in there. So I got these black roses a few weeks ago, and I really have not done black roses because it's like roses. I love roses. So roses are my favorite. I love red roses. So now it's like a black rose. I saw it, but I was like, it had some hydrangeas and they had the roses. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to try the hydrangeas, and I got some of the roses too. We'll see how that all worked out. All right. Now I did all the others. I'm going back to the first one. It's already secure there. It's already wrapped around there. It's already wrapped around there. Everyone's wrapped. So I just can go ahead and I don't have to put any more tension, any more pressure. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the top. The top is done. So that's why I always do like a temporary. And thank you to Rosie. I always say it every time. Thank you to her for showing this on her TikTok live. I was like, yeah, gotta do that. So now you can see it's on there, right? We're about to go ahead and put some flowers on this thing now. And one thing about a wreath, you gotta take it like piece by piece. It's like you gotta trust the process. You gotta do it piece by piece. And so this is one of my pieces. But I think I love it just the way it is already. I'm gonna cut these reds. Just ignore the reds. I'm gonna cut um, the red pipe cleaners and push them back. But I think I'm literally loving this. So I'm going to, hello. My dog, he's just absolutely, all right. So I think I need to put a one big bow at least. Uh, and then I'm just gonna run some difference there. So I'm done with the floral wire. Done with this for now. I try to keep this as normal as possible. So these are all our flowers that we're about to use in a minute. But I'm looking for the ribbon and it's right here. All right. So I don't know if I want to do anything with this black and white. I'll let you see. But I know I want to do something with this. This is so I have red already in the ribbons in the bottom, and so this one's back with red, and you see the purple still in there. So I'm introducing some fun. Let me move this so you can see. So I'm doing just a very simple bow. Very, very simple bow. This is 6 inches on each side. The ribbon is a 4-inch, and I just love this plaid. So I saw it and I was like, I gotta put it in there, but the colors weren't there. I was like, it don't matter. It's gonna work today. It's gonna work. And I have a 10-inch tail. So, and I'm not going to sometimes I put like different just little flares coming up from the top there. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to cover the sign, right? So this is going to the bottom. I don't want anything to cover it. All right. This is not something I want to unravel. So the next thing I'm going to do is just use this. And it's going to be about the same thing. So now I'm wondering, I maybe do a three loops on this one. Let's see how 3 loops go. So I started with 2, and this one is going to 5 inches. It was 6, so I'm going to 5. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome in. So I'm going to do a 3 loop on this. This is going to be interesting, guys. Bear with me as I experiment. So it's one thing I love to do is experiment. So if you look at this right now, I've only got 2 loops. If I put this down there, it would be perfect. But if I add another loop, I'm gonna end up on this side. That's not something I want. So I'm gonna have to stay for this design. Stay with just 2 loops on each thing. I'll put an extra loop on top to close it off with this. Can you do me a favor? Think of something I win. Think of something I win. Think of something I win. How was your day, Miss Granny? So this one is a 4, right? And then I'm gonna come back in with the same one here to close this loop off. It's just gonna make it a nice little loop in the middle, so I don't have to put anything in the middle. It's just a loop. Just that's it. Just a loop. And then I'll have a tail that can go wherever it wants. You can make it longer, you can make it shorter. But literally it's just a loop. And you just take it and put it on the top. You can put it that way, you can put it this way, whichever way you want. But it literally is going to be. Mine was exhausting. I'm not gonna lie to you. You hear me playing some music. It was exhausting. I had meetings every hour since 9:30, and you know what? I was like, it was time for the end of the day, and I literally just closed my computer. I was like, I'm done. I can't do no more today. Mentally, I was just done. So I don't know if I've ever done that, but I've never had been like I was triple booked. How do I be in 4 meetings or 3 meetings at the same time? But anyway, here I am. So I have these green zip ties, which I'm grateful for because it's helping me right now. So let me tell you one of my rookie mistakes. When I first started, I had this. I had the for that, bro. I would do a beautiful bow and then I would take it off. And you see how it's stacked really nice right here? It's really stacked. When I take it off, I would smush it like this and literally lose everything that I worked. So thank God it's gotten better. I learned better. So I tighten it a little bit here, not all the way, but a good way before I remove it. And then I slide it over a little bit so you can get right there in the notch. All right. And then I put this backing on. Make sure and put your zip tie in the right direction because trust me, opening a zip tie isn't as bad if you have the tools. Which I do. I have the my Cricut stuff. So now I'm just gonna go ahead, tighten it as much as I can right there. It's not all the way tight, right? I'm gonna put it on the wreath and then I'll tighten it. Let me take this off. So I also would literally I would stay right here and I would fix the bow. I would do that every single time. But when you to put it yeah, guess what? You're fixing the bow again. So this is a better way. I just put it halfway and I'm fixing it. So, I just showed you how I put this on around the frame. Everything is around the frame, right? Because that's what we have to hold it together. So round the frame. Make sure I go from behind. Hey there, good afternoon. I hope you guys had a wonderful, absolutely amazing day. It is almost Friday for me. I'm so grateful for tomorrow. It's been a week. So, as you can see, right, this is my item. And I always tell you, you see me standing it up and looking in the mirror because I see the video there and I see what's going on. So what I'm looking at right now, this is my item. I'm gonna put things around it. So what I'm gonna do with this is literally, I feel like it's too low. I want it to be near the pumpkin. So I wanted to. I'll take it back off. And see, I didn't stick it on yet. I'm gonna put it right there instead. We're gonna keep it moving. Nothing wrong with this taking a picture. Fortunately, I have the cameras in front of me so I can see what's happening. Tell me about the orange and the black on the wall. Oh, that one? That is my favorite one. So I got those pumpkins. It's on they on here. You can go on TikTok in my TikTok shop, or you also, there's links in my bio. But it is one of my favorite ones. That was the first time for me. So I'm obsessed with the Harlequin ribbon, and I saw those pumpkins. I was like, I gotta get it. And so getting it, I was able to create that. There's two on the site. There is the orange and black, and then I have one that's more monochromatic, and it's just the black. So they were fun to make. Let me tell you, they were fun. I don't know if I made them on live or what. I can't remember, but they were fun to make. So now I'm just fixing the ribbon here. They were fun to make. They were unique. They stretched me, but yeah, I'm like, I'm ready for fall. I saw so much Christmas this weekend. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Y'all skipping a season. I'm hoping I have some I have two more that I'll end up also doing another one soon with it. But I love those pumpkins, were just amazing. I saw them, I was like, I have to have it. I have to have it. All right. Alrighty, so we got the bow on, and I'm loving it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dovetail the ends. So I saw this. I saw again. I talk about just this weekend of the show. And by the way, guys, don't forget Rosie has hers. It's Saturday, all on TikTok from 9 a.m. all the way till 10 at night. So don't forget to join. I will be on as much as I can on Saturday to support them. So I know I also posted it on my page. So if you can't find her. I also shared it on my page. I reposted it. So I'm looking forward to seeing. She's the one who made this sign that I have here today. So I'm looking forward to seeing the other signs that she's made. I think it's a Christmas theme also, but with different ones. All right. So if you like the one on the wall, it's right here. It's in TikTok. It's in my bio. It's everywhere. All right. So I saw someone do this really well. And for the smaller items, instead of dovetailing it, you just cut it as a slant. I was like, I have to try that. So I cut one slanted that way, and then I'll turn this way and slant the other one directly towards it. So it's different. It's a smaller ribbon, so you can do it. The other ones I'm gonna be cut. So I tried this today, which was really good. So I don't know if you've been here with me before, you know, I have 59 million different crafts that I do. And I was doing some of my Cricut stuff, and I was doing some paper to go with it, some scrapbook paper. And so I have this rack-a-tat-tat. I just call it as a rack-a-tat-tat. So I was like, let me see if it's going to give my ribbon a better edge. And it did. Look at the edge. It gives it a like scallops in there instead of just a plain cut. Nothing big. It's just a simple thing. So I'm like, let me try this. But it works really well. Um, I'm gonna see. Yep, I love it. So if you have one of these or need to purchase one of these, it gives your ribbon a little bit of detail. You can see instead of a slant, it's got ridges. Pretty cool. Nothing big, but it's just some little things I like to try. Guys, if you hang with me for a while, you see I like to experiment. I don't know, it's like in my blood. And if you were here on Tuesday, you know I went to clean out my garage. Oh my gosh, was it so hot? But I had so much. Hold up, let me close this down. I had so much stuff in the way, and as I told you guys, I got 12 boxes coming tomorrow. So I had to make room. Oh yeah, I made room. Oh, I was like, where am I going to put these boxes? But I made room, and hopefully the boxes are not too big. There's one box here, but that other ones are on the way. I'm like, oh, where am I going to put all of this? We're going to figure that out. So I don't know. I love this ribbon. The color is great, but I've never had ribbon that fray as much as this. So I'm going to have to take this outside and just burn the edges a little bit. That way they won't fray when the customer gets it. I don't like that. But anyway, we got our bow on. It is beautiful. So let's go ahead, and we're gonna go ahead and start adding the flowers. So the purple are my ones I want to go ahead and add. And then I'm going to come back with a few more around there. So I'm putting the purple around, but it's not going to be the only one. So I don't want to just drown it. This one slides back and forth. No. So guys, you remember I showed you this, that some of them slide, flowers slide. This one doesn't. It's right there. I don't need to go all the way. So putting it right there. I always put them in, my flowers in. I always put them in, and then later on I glue them in. So I'm probably gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can do 4, and then put in the other flowers, because as you see, I got other flowers. So this will be my beginner. My beginner here. All right. So I did 3 so far. Let me put one more. It matches the sign so perfectly. All right. So I'll come back through and glue these in. It's not ready to be glued in yet. I got to see if this is the right position, as sometimes it's so hard to put these things in there. So you just got to work it, work it, work it, work it. The others went in easy. This one is not wanting to go. Let's see if I have to switch positions. Put it someplace else. Let me see if that'll work. So welcome to wreath making, where you have to learn. And that's what I had to do. I had to move it someplace else. You see, it's kind of died, but it's there, right? It died and it's there. Sometimes not everything that you put in is going to be a pop, but I'm going to pop it with these orange sunflowers that I have there. Just like there's one orange piece in there, I'm going to do one orange. I need to put the black now. So I have these black hydrangeas, and same thing with this one. It doesn't slide, so that helps me not have to worry about. So I'm going to do 4 again. So my goal is to fill up all the way around in different shades, right? So that's my goal. All right. So I have these. So now I have to put these black ones in. And I just so happen to have some black mesh. So it meshes, it literally goes in there perfectly with it. And then I'll put the little, going through the mesh sometimes gets a little bit fun. But we got it. And then I'm going to put the orange to just pop all of it. Sam? All right, so you see we working. Watch what happens. Those all receded. So one of the things as you're doing wreaths, it's not only about wreaths, it's about color theory also. Unfortunately, I took classes on color theory when I used to hand dye yarn. That was my first small business that I had for 10 years. So I took a lot of those classes. So now I'm about to pop it with this color right here. Yep, this is about to bring out all of that. I get wet. I get wet. Looking all through the coffee. And when I hold on your body, I'm on my neck. I just is the calling. Oh yeah, party, me and the baby, moving and down it, the music sweet. So that I'm fixing is going to fix the inside. Then I have to do for the outer ring, I'm going to run some different colors. All right, I need one more. So none of this is glued in, right? So you don't glue it in. You don't feel like you're making a permanent decision, because when that glue goes on there, it's on there. Everybody's saying one thing, but you and every time I'm coming back. All righty. So when I look at that, right? We are all there. It is all there. Let me make it upside down. It's upside down. All right. So let's cut this off. So I cut then I take the rest and I push the thick side underneath. And I feel like making some permanent decisions now. So let's get our glue gun and make some. All right. Looks like I need one more yellow right here. All right, we are good to go. Let's make some permanent decisions. Why did I put it back in there? This gun is driving me nuts. Let's see if this battery is on. Let's see if this battery is on. All right, let that work. Let me turn this one off. So I have 3 glue guns just for situations like this. That one don't want to do what it do. I'll go on to the next one. Turn it off. Keep it moving. I tried one glue gun, and let me tell you, when they don't want to work, ain't nothing you can do, and you got to stop. Yeah, so now I got 3. This one I'm using here, it's got a fine point. It's got a very fine point, so the tips I can push and get into very small places. So I put you see me put a right here. That's the new way I started gluing in. It's just nothing but a small thing, but trust me, it helps you so many times. I did a piece of artwork with them clothespins, and I was so glad I had those left over when I started making wreaths more professionally to sell. I was grateful I had them, so I can do just little things like that. So right here, I'm about to glue in one, but it's got the red. So all I'm doing is gonna cut it. The pipe cleaner, and make sure I tighten it all the way and cut the pipe cleaner. And then put the pipe cleaner all the way in so it's not visible and glue it in. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? I was gonna try and do all of them at the same time, but this flower needs it to be there now. So I'm doing it now. Perfect. So I got another one here. Mind this one. Wow. If she all right. Just hide that. Let's go ahead and glue this in. Where did you get my flowers? This one is from the purple, and the yellow is from the HL store. You guys know we can't say certain words on this, but just think of HL. And the hydrangeas is from B&B online. I try my best. They're right here in Florida, so I get stuff from them pretty fast. All right, let's do what we gotta do. So the next thing I'm gonna do is on the row that's on the second row that's high up here. The bottom row is done. I don't need to put anything else there. But the row that, oh, anytime, the row that is on the bottom, this one needs to be cut a little bit. The row that's on the bottom, I'm going to, the second row, I'm going to run some ribbon. I think probably that ribbon right there, run it through just a little bit. Once you put the glue, it's a permanent decision. So I tried to put, and let me tell you, you learn the hard way. You learn the hard way with this stuff. All right, so you see I'm back at my clothespin, so I know this black one here is the last one that I need to glue in. And it is. Yep, that one's done. So we all glued in. I got a puzzle, y'all. Hold on. TikTok love these puzzles. All right. So I had this out thinking I was going to put it, but I'm not. What I'm going to do now is this top row. I'm just going to cut those, the red stems that you're seeing. And I'm going to put, hold on. I need to do something with this. So sometimes your bow don't want to stay where it's supposed to. Just a little bit of glue and hold it there. So I got this cordless glue gun. It's a very interesting glue gun. The power cord does not stay charged. Not like, I'm surprised it even turned on just now. I'm just talking to you guys while I'm cutting these off and hiding them. I'm surprised it even stayed charged. Because I turned it on just now. I was like, wait a minute, it's charged. It's gonna come on, and it did. But that's I think I changed the battery. That's what it is. I got another battery. Because I was like, ooh, this thing's getting on my nerves. I can't be doing this. All right, I got one more over here that needs to be cut. And then we're going to go ahead and push these through. The bottom ones, I'll cut later. I just want to get this finished so you guys can see the finished product. That's another thing. Sometimes, guys, I would be rigid and I would go do the same thing over and over and come back. And I'm going to tell you, after doing the same thing over and over at work, when I come to my crafts, I'm so free-minded. Like, my brain is like so free-minded when I do things. Perfect. So I just did one of these at the bottom. All right. Let's get these flowers in there. You see, I still have my it's still attached. I haven't cut it off yet. I go back at the end of the day and I clean this up, clean the back up. So it's not, make sure that these flowers don't move, that my customer is getting stuff that stays forever. If you live in a windy place like I do, where often things just fly off the wall when it's outside in the patio. Yeah, I make sure I use Gorilla Glue and get that baby on there forever. It's a little bit more expensive, but it works. Yeah, I don't like this. This ribbon is pretty, but Jesus, the fringe on it's not very good. Thank you. Try my best. Now this one will be in there tomorrow. It's it's 150. So if you're interested, it will be there tomorrow. I'm gonna put these flowers in there and then we're gonna be done. Good afternoon, Miss Pat. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just cutting off these ties, hiding them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and burn those ties. The ribbon is not very good, guys. It is. I'm gonna make sure that I've had this before with another ribbon, and once you just touch it a little bit with um I try my best to be very transparent and tell you some of the things that I've had to try. This ribbon is not cheap. It's Fairysilk. Now you can't get no more bougie than this. Like it's literally Fairysilk ribbon. But what's happening is what's wrapped around the let me show you back. What's wrapped around the wire is coming out when you cut it. So I'm gonna see if I try one if I cut it at a straight instead of V if that helps. Let's see how that stays. If that's the way I have to cut it, or I may have to just burn it. And what you do, you burn it. You have some gloves on, just a little bit of fire, just a touch. When you need touch, just a touch, and then you take your fingers and stop it. I told you guys I also tried sewing. I learned the hard way. So it looks like cutting it at an angle is not fraying. I guess I'll have to go back through and cut all of them at an angle. Just an angle instead of V. And it's not, that one that I did there is not, it's not fraying. All right, we got all of our strings off. We got one more. Just one more. Yeah, just this one. I don't see no more. So I wish this ribbon was a little bit better, but you work with what you have. It's brand new, but it looks like that slant is much better. So I'm just gonna cut them straight. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that's better. Nothing I can do. So I gave you two alternatives, right? You have a ribbon that may be fraying. You literally cut it at an angle, or you just use a little bit of fire and get it worked out. There we go. All right. All righty. One thing about wreath making is funny. The amount of trash that I have. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for sharing the live, Liza. Thank you. Thank you. So I gotta this weekend. My goal is well. First, I gotta empty them 12 boxes, and then I'm going to literally try and see if I can get everything in my inventory. Yeah, my inventory, all of this stuff behind me, I'm like, I don't even know how much I paid for it. So it's kind of useless to try and get it into inventory. But the other stuff that's coming tomorrow, I have to get it in inventory. Before I even try and show it to anybody, I have to get it. So look, it's so pretty. I'm loving it. All right, let's get some flowers. Let's get some flowers. And we'll put them around it to kind of like frame it. These go up, so I always just push them to the end as much as around. You can do it before, you can do it after. I always do it before, that way it makes it easier to cut. Just push them up. Don't push them all the way like I do sometimes, but then I learn how to fix it. So again, I'm going to cut these and I'm just going to stick them in. I'm not going to, same thing I did before, right? I'm just sticking them in. I'm not going to glue them in yet, but I will. I just want to make sure they're in the right position. They're visible, right? Ain't no use in putting something in there and then you can't see it. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. All right, there we go. So it's coming together, guys. It's coming together. I think this is the last thing I may put on it. Making sure of all of these. So some of these pleats are, my curls are just a little bit. There we go. There we go. I may have to do some just a little bit longer than the others, but you know, as you're pushing it in, if you need to do that. What in the world? All right. This is almost done. I can't believe we're finishing this. Seems like I started planning it so long ago. But these, so it's just, I'm just going around just a row on the top. And I was thinking of putting just a few swoops of ribbon. I don't know. I'll see. Again, I'm just sticking it in there, making sure it's going in correctly and that I can get to the glue gun to get to it. This one, I'm gonna bring it up a little bit more. All right, there we go. So it looks, I want to put more. I'm gonna put some behind the ribbon. So sometimes the bow hides everything and you don't have to put, look at me trying to use the scissors to cut this. But the bow hides everything and you don't really have to put anything under there. But what I do is I put it around. So even though it's not visible, you can at least see that there are some items. So I'm just trying to put this last one in here. There we go. So I'll put another one on this other side. I like working with these because they're just so easy to work with. You slide them up, you cut them, and keep it moving. Some of the other ones that have multiple flowers on there, like, give me trouble sometimes. All right, now that one. I also am very, very conscious of when the flowers are too close together. I like them to be stand independently on their own, right? There's one more. If they're too close together, they look like they're bunched up, and I don't like that look. And if you look at what I did, I also have it on different layers. Some is all the way to the top, some are all the way to the bottom. And now I'm gonna go in. This is my last one. So I got to make sure that I get to something that's attached to the frame. It's not going to be a free for all here. Let's see. I found something. All right. So this is it right here. I love it. I love the way it came out. It's the final, uh, final. This is it, except for this hanging on the side here. This is it. And it is a fall wreath, all inspired by purple. I hope you had a good time here with me today. Got to see some of everything that I do, all of the items that it took to make this, all of the fun stuff. It will be here online shortly, by tomorrow. I'm gonna clean up the back, right? Clean up the back, make sure you customer get good items. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I was thinking of taking some ribbon and maybe running it through here. And that's the thing. Sometimes I do it on the live and I say I'm done. And then I go back and I hang it and I look and I walk by it and I walk by it and then I do it again. So I'm just going to glue these in. Now this glue gun is really good. It has like different glue tips that you can change out. Absolutely amazing. It comes with like a bunch of different tips. Making sure I get enough glue all the way around these. But I don't want to have a hot glue gun with a great tip. Love it. But then when it's time to go and do it in a tight area, like, what am I going to do with this glue gun? So I literally got a smaller one with a small tip. So now I'm using my bow as my starting point to know where I started putting in these flowers. Right? I know this is my tail, and this is where I started. seen all the stuff. That's another thing I'm gonna do, my thorough sweep. I was like, you can never have, when you're in this craft room, it's like stopping and sweeping is always the fun part. I was going to use that black and white ribbon, but I didn't see any need for it anywhere. All right. So this is the final until I decide to lift it up and say, no, it's not the final. But look at it. I love it. I love it. So next week we'll start Christmas. I feel like I haven't done any Christmas, which I haven't. I haven't done any Christmas. Next week we'll start Christmas. We'll go ahead and put this up there in the shop. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate it. Have a great weekend.